teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And we are just 32 days away from the MLB regular season beginning. Pretty much all the free agents have signed, at least the notable ones other than Jurickson Profar. But in this video, we're going to take a look at mention all 30 teams over unders for the season and win totals, and I'll give 3 overs and 3 unders that I like heading into the 2023 regular season. So quickly, let me name the over unders for each of the 30 teams win totals. Arizona Diamondbacks 74.5, Atlanta Braves 94.5, and this via DraftKings Sportsbook. Baltimore Orioles 76.5, Boston Red Sox 78.5, Chicago Cubs 77.5, Chicago White Sox 83.5, Cincinnati Reds 65.5, Cleveland Guardians 86.5, Colorado Rockies 65.5, Detroit Tigers 70.5, Houston Astros 95.5, Kansas City Royals 69.5, Los Angeles Angels 81.5, Los Angeles Dodgers 95.5, Miami Marlins 76.5, Milwaukee Brewers 85.5, Minnesota Twins 82.5, New York Mets 94.5, New York Yankees 94.5, Oakland Athletics 60.5, Philadelphia Phillies 88.5, Pittsburgh Pirates 67.5, San Diego Padres 92.5, San Francisco Giants 81.5, Seattle Mariners 87.5, St. Louis Cardinals 88.5, Tampa Bay Rays 88.5, Texas Rangers 82.5, Toronto Blue Jays 91.5, Washington Nationals 60.5. So here are 3 overs and unders I like. Let's start with the overs. So I'm going to say that the Milwaukee Brewers should get over their total of 85.5. That would require an 86-76 record at least. Definitely upgraded at catcher, at least offensively, from Omar Narvaez to William Contreras. Jesse Winker, expect him to rebound more towards his 2021 numbers. But it's their starting rotation. Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, Freddie Peralta, Eric Lauer, and Wade Miley's been quietly very good the past 2 seasons. Shutdown closer in Devin Williams. I think they go at least 10 games over 500. The Arizona Diamondbacks team on the upswing. Yes, they play in a tough division. But I'm predicting them to get over 74.5 wins. That would require at least a 75-87 record. Trading for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. definitely improves the offense. While at least Carson Kelly is a starting catcher, expect Gabriel Moreno to get plenty of time, and he's definitely the better offensive option between the two. A lot of young pieces. Corbin Carroll might be Rookie of the Year. Jake McCarthy. Josh Rojas has a lot of pop in his bat and some speed. Christian Walker was amongst the leaders in RBIs this past season, but the top 2 starters definitely rival many of the best duos in baseball, Zach Gallen and Merle Kelly. Madison Bumgarner's definitely on the decline, but Zach Davies and Ryan Nelson could at least be average starters. And the other over I like is the San Diego Padres. San Diego Padres over under was 92.5. So they would need to go at least 93-69. Just a stacked team. This doesn't even list Fernando Tatis Jr. He'll be eligible to come back from suspension April 20th. So if you got Bogarts, Soto, Machado, and Tatis, who you pitching around? Nelson Cruz, maybe he could rebound. Was one of his worst seasons this past year, 42 years old. But Matt Carpenter, if he could even give 75% of what he did with the Yankees, he will be an excellent signing. Of course, their top 3 in their rotation are definitely one of the best trios in baseball. Yu Darvish, Joe Musgrove, and Blake Snell. Josh Hader had a couple bad outings, but still seen as one of the better closers in the game. Let's go with the 3 unders. I kind of like, and I hate including this team because I really wanted to see them make that surprising postseason run last season. Didn't quite work out, but I'm going to say the Baltimore Orioles go under 76.5, so 76-86 or worse. Don't get me wrong, Adley Rutschman's going to be one of the best catchers in the game for at least the next decade. Gunnar Henderson, another elite prospect. We got Grayson Rodriguez in the starting rotation. Let's see if he starts the year in the big leagues, but that starting rotation. Cole Irving was a pretty good trade, but Kyle Gibson, a guy who's had plenty of 5 ERAs, not a very good rotation. And other than Felix Bautista, fairly average bullpen. Some power in the lineup, but guys like Santander, Mountcastle, really can't include them in the upper level of their position on offense. Um, Adam Frazier's coming off an awful 2022, so I'm going to predict the under 76 and a half. I'm going to go under Tigers 70 and a half. Um, let's hope guys like Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson can live up to their promise. Torkelson had a miserable 2022 after being selected first overall in the 2020 draft. Jonathan Scope was not good last season. Javier Baez already looking like a bust of a signing, just 1 year into his deal, and the team is without Casey Mize and Tarek Skubal, probably their two best starting pitchers. Both will be out pretty much. Mize pretty much the whole season. Skubal, not sure when he'll return, but can Eduardo Rodriguez rebound? Personal issues kept him off the field. Matthew Boyd signed to a 1 year deal, but when's the last time he's been a top level starter? And let's end with the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm going to say under 95 and a half. So that would require them to go 95, 67 or worse. Just lost a lot of talent from last season's roster. And I mean, I probably still expect them to make the playoffs. I mean, Betts, Freeman, Will Smith, definitely top of the line right there. Max Muncy, though, hit around the Mendoza line last season. JD Martinez lost a lot of his power last season, requiring guys who don't normally play every day. Trace Thompson, Gavin Lux will be moving to shortstop this year. David Peralta, kind of like a below average outfielder right now, offensively. But starting rotation, of course, is still good. They're hoping that 1 year deal with Noah Syndergaard pans out. Of course, Walker Buehler will miss the whole season after undergoing Tommy John surgery. Clayton Kershaw likely will miss some time. And the bullpen, solid, but not spectacular as it has been in previous seasons. So that's 3 overs and 3 unders I like. What do you guys think? Which of the overs or unders are you looking to take? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.